Hi guys, welcome back to Baja Books, where we're plodding slowly through the slow plod of Elantris. We're starting with chapter 22, and we're cooking through as many as we can, because these next chapters are kind of slow.
Dog, these are the better ones. What are you talking about?
With that rousing vote of confidence. Yeah, so we start out with Raoden, and he's doing the usual Raoden stuff, where somehow every chapter starts out with him running from someone, and he's running from someone, and he runs from them, and Galadon saves him, per usual. That's like 50% of Raiden's chapters, is him running for someone, and then Galadon, the OG, decides to jump in and actually do something. And yeah, they're going to find Sheor, and so they're sneaking around looking for Sheor, the last gang leader. And it turns out it's a little girl with the
little girl. Better run.
Yeah, she's kind of crazy. They're like worshiping her inside the vault, or not the vault, the prison. Oh, wait, no, it's not a prison, is it? It's a she's in a bank.
Yeah, she better run. She's in a prison, bro.
She's hiding in the bank, and they go in, and she's just chilling there on her throne of gold bars, and she's got the fancy hair, which you later find out is false, and it's just a wig, which means you've got Karata, who's like normal, and then you've got the Baron Andon guy who had a fake mustache. And now Sheor has fake hair, and it's just like, this apparently is what grants you the ability to rule in Elantris, just having fake hair of some kind. Do you think if they like collect both of them, like they can?
If you have a mustache and also pretty hair, that's how you become a true Elantrian.
You become the Fuhrer.
You take her wig and the fake mustache, and then just
you lead it to the Fourth Reich.
Oh no. So she sees them, and she starts screaming at them, and they run away. Yeah, so they pull up on Sheor, and then they do some sneaking, and she sees them, so they run away. And Raoden starts flipping out and having his little episode that reminds me of the Dying Light episodes, where he starts tweaking out and sees everything encased in fire.
Yeah, I especially love it how you're doing all this parkour at beating up zombies, but as soon as this story happens, you're like,
I mean, this is kind of, now that I think about it.
This is just Dying Light.
This is just Dying Light, but like less. I mean, technically.
Without the parkour.
I like to imagine it's just a human interaction, that triggers it, where he's fine, but then as soon as he has to deal with human interaction, it starts to flare up.
Yeah. So he starts like tweaking out and feeling all the pain that he's been ignoring, like hitting him, and he's like, I've failed them. And Galadon's trying to be all nice. And Raiden's having his doomer moment where he's like, we'll all die for good this time. And he's like falling against the walls and stuff. And Galadon's like, bro, like, come on. Be a man for a bit, please. We all need you. And Raoden has another weird conversation where he cracks part of the stone, and then there's a conversation about how, like, oh, the door is linked to Elantris. That's crazy. I swear we already had this conversation, like, in the last couple chapters. I thought we already knew this. Elantris is connected to the door. That's crazy. And then we get Serene coming in through the front gate, and Raiden's just straight up staring at her, being like, oh, my princess. I didn't realize she was so beautiful.
Oh, whoa, this is crazy. I'm going to jork it.
He whips it out right then and there. Starts running at her. What's she going to do?
Do you recognize this?
Do you recognize? Oh, I recognize that pune.
I'd recognize that anywhere.
That shaft and that head.
That incredibly unremarkable penis.
Bro, what if they got like zombie pubes?
All their hair like falls out eventually, so they do for a bit.
Hold on. Do they lose like their eyebrows and eyelashes and everything as well?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So yeah, you're looking like Voldemort.
Yeah, but you're gonna need all kinds of dust in your eye now.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if that
Real.
was just how everyone went crazy instead? It wasn't like from injuries. It was just they kept getting dust in their eye, and then their eye was forever itchy.
I mean, I think we've been over this, but I'm sure it all adds up eventually. Mm-hmm. Kinds of kindness reference. And there's a ton of food in the back. And Raiden's like, it was Domi. Galadon, we're in trouble. And then the chase music starts up and it's like dun 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 dun.
And then he
dun,
goes like,
dun,
"Oh,
dun, dun."
but if we give people food so that they aren't starving, then no one's gonna want to work because people are
Yeah.
lazy."
It is kind of a weird.
Yeah,
like,
it weirdly feels like a conservative complaining about welfare, where it's like, but if these people get food, then they won't work at all.
I mean, I understand. Like,
Yeah, like I don't think that's what they're going for, but it kind of
Yeah,
feels like that. Like
if you didn't have any context for this conversation,
so lazy. Nobody wants to work anymore.
it would feel like a boomer just complaining about like people, you know.
Back in my day, we used to just scrape goo off the sidewalk for funsies.
Yeah. It's a pretty short chapter actually, and Serene pretty much just shows up, has food, and is like, bring out the tyrants, present them to me. And Raiden's like, ah, shoot, well, we gotta deal with this somehow. We're gonna fake the whole thing. And then we get chapter 23.
We faking the whole thing.
We faking the whole thing. And this is Serene. She pulled up and everyone complained, but she made it happen because she's such a special girl that, you know, she just does it.
Nobody can ever say no to Serene, simply because she is tall and a woman.
And that's enough. Mm-hmm. And
sure
Eondel
hope so.
and Shuden pull up with her. And once again, it's the case of everyone is scared but Serene. They're so worried about going into Elantris. They're not sure if it's a good idea, but she's just so special that she's not scared. And she knows it's the right thing to do. And yeah, she pulls up on the Elantrians, and the guy named Spirit walks up. I don't think we've seen this guy before. Who could this guy be?
This new mysterious individual.
And I think this is a stupid line. She's like, what's your name? And he's like, they call me Spirit. But he didn't respond immediately, though. He gives her the aura pause. And then he's like, they call me
He gives her like
Spirit.
the slow turn.
Yeah, the brrrr. She's like, you're facing me. Why are you doing
He turns away.
He turns around and then
And
starts slowly
slowly
turning
turning
toward
around.
her. And she's like, what? Yeah, and then she's like, a fitting name for this man who is so much a ghost of what he once must have been.
It's a stupid thing to say.
Yeah, it's an absolutely garbage line. And yes, she pulls up on him.
know? I mean, honestly, I'm kind of surprised that she didn't immediately go, "Oh, Spirit, like this thing. Oh, it's you, Rayoden.
Yeah.
Oh!"
She's
That's
only
literally the same thing that Galadin did. So,
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't do the thing that Galadin did and just immediately recognize him based off of his name, which was similar to his other name for some reason.
I mean, I know Galadon knows like the Aeons and stuff, so maybe she just doesn't know Aeons. Because that's how he figured out. He was like, well, the Aeon for Spirit is Rayo. And the king
People
lost.
outside of Elantris know the Aeons.
I don't think many do.
Okay.
I mean, because he did because of his dad. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess that tracks. Yeah, but I don't know. If she still did it anyways, I wouldn't have been surprised. She's like, "Oh yeah, we just have Aeons back where I live.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just have them.
we just knew.
The magic doesn't work, but like we still know about them. Everybody knows about them."
Everybody knows about the Aeons. Yeah, so she pulls up on him, and she kind of follows him into the city, which I don't know why you would do that. Even if you were trusting of the Elantrians, I still don't know why you'd follow them in like away from the gates and the guards and stuff, like into the middle of the city. That just seems like a bad idea. And yeah, they pull up in there, and we got Karata and Andon, who aren't actually Andon, but it is Karata, and they're playing little pretend. And they're like, we rule Elantris now, princess. What do you want? And they have a little argument about offerings and how she wants to give them food and stuff. And they want stuff in return. And Serene's like, two can play at this game. And then she leaves with her new instructions. And she's like, rule of Elantris depends not on force or wealth, but on controlling basic necessities. Interesting. I can use this. And does her politician thing. Yeah, and then she heads out. And once she's gone, the OG Maresh, who is apparently not only can he fix roofs and fix walls and make perfect shoes and literally anything, he's also a very good actor.
Yeah. Well, no, apparently he's not that good because apparently she immediately sees through it and she's like, yeah, he keeps looking at Spirit. I don't know, like he's
that's a good point. Maybe he isn't the OG. My boy Maurice is letting me down.
But I don't know, because it does kind of seem in her character from the rest of the book, but the fact that she was immediately like, yeah, no, I mean, I could believe that girl, but like, I don't know. This Maurice definitely doesn't seem like he's in charge. He seems a little bit too like, yes.
He's definitely the biggest writer over here. He's just glazing way too hard.
Yeah, he just simply loves Raoden too much.
Yeah, and
Raoden the goat.
Raoden the goat.
I love you too much. Please let me write it one time.
A little head won't hurt a friendship. All right, Raoden, come here. He's like, can I practice being Raoden next? Raoden's like, what?
Raoden, how about you rail me? I don't know. I was going to do some pun, but I couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, no, please stop. And then Raoden kind of has his, like, moment of, where is it? I don't know. It's not really. Maybe this isn't the section where he starts gushing over how amazing she is. I think that comes later. So let me switch back to Serene. They have like a couple of chapters. Like the chapter doesn't switch, but the perspective switches back and forth really fast. And they're going away, and Eondel's like, that went well. And Shurin's like, now we gotta wait too easily. And Serene's like, I'm smarter than both of you. Please shut up. Please leave me alone while I do the big girl stuff. Come on, be quiet. You guys are men. And they have a whole conversation about how, look at the hollow eyes and apprehensive steps. These are people who live in fear, Shurin. I've seen it before. I know what oppressed people look like. Which, I don't know. This is kind of just her jumping to conclusions based off of one meeting with people. It's just kind of weird. And then Ahan, who we got to mention that he's overweight, is helping her pass out stuff. And they start giving out the food to all the Elantrians, and Spirit shows back up. And she's like, you! It's a real Marvel moment. And he's like, all right, I'm going to help you unload.
Journal anymore, but when I did,
this whole section's like super Marvel.
It would be like pretty
she
normal
tips backwards and almost falls, and he catches her, and he's like, be careful.
And then there would just be like
Elantris takes some getting used
all
to.
at once and be having a mental
and then
breakdown.
She's like, why aren't they coming up to the food?
That's how my
dark saps are. They think it must be an illusion.
Hey, it's pretty good.
And they start having their moment of her being like, wow, maybe this guy isn't so bad. He's so thoughtful.
Yeah. I don't think I should kind of remind me.
He reminds me when you gotta give it to one of us. He's so chill. And
he's so
in like your will. So that when you die, you can just publish. Like, I don't. She should be able to put it like together this compilation.
This dude
and
for
then
quite a
put
while.
all the towards anti-LGBT.
Like, I mean, he was able to recognize her. Like, he looks different.
Also,
and we can make
it's
what they would have.
Wouldn't his voice still be the same? I don't think his voice would change just because wokeism is what eventually got you killed. Unless there's something that goes on with like the vocal cords together.
He just spent like every day screaming.
Starring Ben Shapiro. It's like
like every day he just wakes up and screams for 10 minutes. Matt is all rough and squirts.
No, he just realized when he saw her walk in that he had to do that. So just the entire way to scream. As long as Brett, whatever her name is on.
Quick, punch me in the throat.
Oh yeah, I forgot she's gone. I need to make my voice higher. Maurice, punch me in the balls.
Did you see that? Like,
she got replaced by that one lady?
I
said punch them, not grab them.
They canceled the show.
It wasn't even like
yeah,
a
and
bad
then-
job. Like
Serene starts
she
pulling
apparently
out of the city, and she's like, "There's something about him,
previous
Ash."
content with Brett,
And
just so she could copy.
they
Like,
have
her
another
mannerisms
conversation
and
about
speech
like,
style and stuff.
Oh, he's so
So it wasn't
he's
even
so
that she was
interesting
bad.
and
It
so
was just that
deep,
she-
and that there's something
doing the same
he's
thing, but
hiding.
worse.
She
And
was doing like
I need
just
to know.
like
I think we might have
creepy
misjudged
levels
this
of,
place.
like imitation
And
down to like tone.
after
and hand
walking out of the
movements
entryway towards
and
our
like
room,
the way
Serena
she
had to try
structured
very hard
sentences
before
and
she
stuff, and
convinced
everyone was like,
herself
"This is
that
kind
she
of
didn't
weird."
care
And she's
about
like,
what he thought of her.
I don't want to put like my
Which is just
actual
a
personality
weird
on
out
here,
of
so I'm just
nowhere
gonna, like,
line.
Well, I
She
just
met
watched
this
all
dude
the
once,
previous content, like
and
trying
now
to
she-
become this
she has
person.
She immediately is
And
like,
it's just
I wonder what he
It's
thinks.
like a weird,
It's such a
like,
weird
robotic,
ovulating or
dystopian
something.
thing to
Like,
do.
Which is kind of annoying that, like, she's
does
like,
remind me
I'm
of,
not
like,
interested
the
in
multiple
any of
times
these men,
that,
even though
Tucker
many of them are
Carlson
very
has been
attractive.
sued. And then
However, this very ugly man,
this rotting corpse.
Yes,
I just,
I
I don't know.
saw
He's
his
kind of
name as
this
a
rotting
person when he's
corpse
on
who
here, he's
hasn't
playing
done
the
hardly anything, and I
character
just
of
met.
Tucker
I don't know.
Not
Something
really
about
saying
it.
that you should commit
He's just
crimes.
I'm Tucker
different.
Carlson, aka
I don't
Tucker
know,
Carlson.
Like when he said that you make fake 911
Yeah,
calls,
it's a
that
little
people would
weird.
show
Then we
up
jump
and,
to
like,
chapter
tell people that
24
their
with
children didn't have to wear
Raythan,
masks.
my
He wasn't
OG.
saying to really do that. That was the
And
character.
he's just
the
kind of
funny
watching
joke
Okay,
Tucker
to
Carlson
be
said.
fair,
his whole plan
as
comes
soon as he
crashing
got
down
taken
around
off
his
of
ball
Fox
sack.
News and started
And-
doing his own shit, he kind of got better.
Yeah, he's
Like,
trying to
his
set
face
the
got better.
Lantrians up
I
as
don't know, I
like
think he was
devils
also,
and
they're
evil
like,
people.
hey, if we get like,
And nope,
if we
not
get a
anymore
lawsuit, we
because
get an
the
extra
princess is just
$50.
handing them food,
You
and
get
they're
the
being so
$50
nice.
The more
None of them
lawsuits,
are
the
even like
better.
ripping her apart or devouring her.
more
It's just a
lawsuits
real
means more people
shame.
watching.
None of
Or it's like
them called her
Mr.
any
Beast with his
slurs.
body double. Not even like a little one.
Oh,
Not even one of
the
the
guy
less
that
bad ones.
No. So
Yeah,
Mr.
and,
Beast has hired a guy.
he pulls away with
to
Telri,
essentially
running away
replace
from
him
his-
when he
his failed
dies.
experiment.
What?
It's a guy.
Telri
It's a guy
just has
that
a talk
looks
with him
exactly
about
like
how-
Mr. Beast.
All right,
and
well, I warn you.
His entire job, he's
this is
basically
gonna
paid
fail,
to
and
follow
Raythan's
Mr.
like, no,
Beast
no,
around.
it's not gonna fail.
So he can
I
copy
promise.
his exact like mannerisms,
inwardly
style of
he's like,
speaking, his decision making skills
"This
and
might
stuff.
fail."
And like his
I might
entire
be
job is
failing
just
here.
24/7 follow
But then
Mr.
he
Beast
comes up
around
with
to
another
become
plan later.
Mr. Beast.
And then
With the
Telri
like idea of if he ever dies or
just
something,
the goat here
he is
kicks
just
him
Mr.
out
Beast
in the middle
now.
of
What
the
is this,
street,
the
and it's just
Santa
like, all right, you can walk the
Claus?
rest of the way.
it's
Bye.
some weird,
Like, have fun
creepy
with that.
shit.
Oh, is
And
Mr. Beast
Raythan pulls a
married?
banger line where he's like,
No, he has a
considering the
girlfriend,
company,
I
he
believe.
preferred
Okay, like if
walking
Mr. Beast
anyway.
dies, does he then also
Raythan
meet
might
his
go.
girlfriend?
I mean,
And then,
if they're
Hi guys, it's me,
he pulls
Mr.
up into
Beast,
his
and my
church.
girlfriend. I did not agree to that.
And we get a
It's too
random
late.
line from
You did in the
Dilaf
contract.
about,
I mean, if the guy is basically
I've
Mr.
never
Beast
seen
at
this
that
kind of
point,
response, blah,
like,
blah, blah.
We are
It's been a
contractually
long
obligated
while,
to sleep together at
long
least once a
time,
week.
just after a pirate
Yeah, it's just some really weird dystopian shit, and it's
there was a
like-
wave of conversions
mean,
in Arlon.
fuck
And
it, he
Raythan's like,
has
wait
the
a second.
money, I guess.
That was
to
like
just
15
hire
years
someone
ago.
to be
How old
him.
is this dude?
Weird.
And then he
It's
has a
weird,
whole like,
but
conversation with
I
himself
guess
in his head
Mr.
about
Beast is just like it's
thinking
in
about
line with
Dilaf's
how I perceive him.
rugged,
Like that is totally
handsome
something
face.
that Mr. Beast
And
would
I
do.
also got
the
another
lines
body
that
double
trace his
watches me
skin.
when I have sex.
And then he
His name is
realizes,
Mr. Freak.
wait a second, he's kind of
Mr. Freak.
He's
kinda-
going to be
he's kinda
responsible for
bad.
pleasing my wife, girlfriend, and
Raythan
or
has a
husband.
gay awakening.
What if instead of
No, I'm
Doctor
just kidding.
Strange, he was Doctor Freak?
That would
and
be
he
pretty
ate
funny
ass
if that
and
happened
sucked
like
toes.
just in the
not
middle of
awakening.
a.
Yeah, what if?
What if?
You've been
Yeah.
like
Back to
Has
the book
he?
after that long tangent.
I mean, I don't deal laugh has, but I don't think
I don't,
Raythan's
I mean,
been
I don't
very-
think it's
Yeah,
actually
Raythan's
talked about,
going
like, him
through it,
being
and he pulls out
interested in
his-
women or men. Because
his,
he's just like
journal.
real interested in
No,
his
because he
religion.
keeps being like, "Wow, Serene's so smart and can match wits with me." And
No, that doesn't mean
wow.
he's attracted to her.
I guess.
Like, you could think someone's smart and be like, also, they're very ugly, and I'm not interested.
You're telling me that Einstein doesn't just get you all riled up?
I didn't say
Like,
that.
Okay. Okay. Moving on.
Dog, you can't set up a joke for me, expect me not to take it.
Yeah, so he has a whole thing about how he's just thinking to himself about, dang, Dilaf's like way older than I thought. Like, he's been here a while. He has all this influence and stuff that I don't have because Raythan showed up and sent away all the newer people. So everyone there has been friends and chill with Dilaf for, like 15, 20 years maybe. And Raythan's he's just kind of going through it right now.
He's got rid of all the normal people and replaced them with crazy people.
The crazy, Mr. Crazy. Nobody is going to understand that reference. I don't think even we understand that reference. I don't remember how that started. Raythan's he's kind of going going through it. He's kind of shook by the fact that Dilaf is actually like, this dude's smart. This dude's effective. This dude is he's got plans within plans, and Hrathen's kind of falling apart here. And it's gotten to the point where he pulls out his journal. And as we all know, you never pull out your journal unless you're really going through it. I don't think I've met anybody who's pulled out a journal unless they're like rethinking their existence.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since he pulled this out. So his last thing is about how he's talking about, I have found purpose. Before I lived, I didn't know why. I have direction now. It gives glory to all that I do. I serve in Lord Jadis' empire, and my service is linked directly to him. I am important. And Hrathen just has this whole inner monologue about like how he used to be like so deep in this, and stuff with Dakor happened, and now he's just like, what happened to your faith? And the old priest dude, Omen or whatever, really shook him up. And I don't know, I really like this section because this is very, for me at least, this is very relatable to like when I finally left the church and looking, like emptying out my stuff and like the multiple Bibles and like Book of Mormon, the mission prep stuff that I had, and just kind of looking through all the stuff that I wrote in there, like all my seminary notes and stuff, and just being like,
Dog, you took notes in seminary?
it wasn't by choice, okay? But yeah.
Like, I don't even take notes in my like college classes that I'm taking.
Oh no, I don't take notes in college class either. I told you it wasn't by choice. Yeah, so I don't know. This part's kind of relatable for me. And then we get an interesting thing about what if he's kind of thinking about like his faith and stuff. And he goes, what if the boy Hrathen, what if the faith, the almost unthinkable passion he once felt, he could barely remember it? Why did Hrathen want to succeed in Arlon? Was it for notoriety? The man who converted Arlon would be long remembered. Was it desire to be obedient? He had a direct order from basically God Pope. Was it because he thought it would actually help his people
stuff
like,
every week?
Are you
and
kidding?
it's just a
No.
real moment for
Dang.
him of like self-reflection.
Yeah, you're telling
and
me.
thought. And
yeah,
I
so-
really
I'm
like
telling
this
you, that
section.
sucks.
And then he starts going kind of
You can
crazy
say
about
that
Dilaf
again.
seizing control. And maybe it's right to let him do that because
You can say that again.
Dilaf had faith
Dog,
and
I'm-
Dilaf like
He's
actually
all right,
cared
I'm
about
not
what
swinging.
he's doing. And what
I
did
do have
Hrathen have?
standards.
And
Very low
I don't know. I
standards.
just
Yeah, I was
really
about to say,
like this
that's
moment of
debatable.
self-reflection for Hrathen.
It is kind of funny though, because it's also like, yes, but Dilaf really cares. I mean, he wants to start a mob and kill all those filthy Elantrians. He hates them with his heart. He hates them more than I've ever hated anything.
Which I mean,
I
it
wish
is
I could hate like him.
it is like flawed in his like thinking about it,
But
but
also, he is going through it, so I don't really blame him.
because I mean, it kind of makes sense
But this,
why he.
this really reads to me like Brandon Sanderson came off of his mission and then he went through this kind of thing, and then, you know, years later he wrote a book and then just made a self-insert character who goes through the same religious crisis that he did.
Yeah, because when you think about it, Hrathen basically is on a mission.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really feels like, you know, he's like, I've committed so much of my life to this. This is all I've been doing for the past 2 years. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It really feels like
Or even
You
like
know.
going on a mission and making that like because it's such a huge part of your life and getting there and like your companion is the one who actually cares and you're just kind of there because of
yeah,
societal.
that's true. I didn't think about that.
Like,
yeah, dang, this really does just read like,
yeah.
you know, like someone who is Mormon.
Which I think is kind of why I like Hrathen so much because his thoughts and the way he feels about stuff and the way he's interacting feels the most real and like the most relatable to me at least.
It is kind of interesting for this book because there are some kind of things like that where, like, if you didn't grow up in the church, it's not really something that I think you could necessarily fully get. Like, you could
Yeah.
kind of get in concept, but you wouldn't, like, understand it on a personal level.
It's hard to explain to a lot of people. I have to do this a lot about
Dog, how often do you have to explain your religious experiences to people?
a lot. A lot.
How often do people come up and just go, hey, you want to tell me about your religious experiences?
I just had to like double explain to like 4 people the other day because they somehow
goth woman?
still thought I was like partially LDS and I just didn't practice and I had to re-talk about how no, that's not what it is at all.
No, I don't really get that issue. weirdly enough.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, we'll never know.
Yeah, I don't know. It is interesting to me. And then we jump to chapter 5, which is back to boring Raiden, who he's just so good. Raiden's really feel just like slice of life chapters, like for the most part, because he's kind of just
It
like
feels like filler, if I'm being honest. Like,
it's a lot of just him doing stuff in Elantris, and that's about it.
boring.
And yeah, this chapter, he's helping out Serene again, and it's been about a week. I like how they just jump a week, and he's
Yeah, that
now.
is like a huge time jump. When
Yeah,
it's only been like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they just jump forward a week, and right now Raiden's now going through it because he's like watching everyone having fun and chilling and shooting and Toriel and all the other lords and stuff. They're like friends with Serene, his kind of wife, and he's all, that should be me. They were friends with me. They had been companions to the handsome Prince Raiden. He's really gassing himself up here, but never to the cursed creature known as Spirit. He barely recognized himself anymore with his wrinkled skin and spindly body. Oh, it says even his voice was different. Okay.
Okay. But it is still, like, it's pretty annoying to hear him saying all this when, like, in the space of a month, he, basically just totally reconverted this entire city.
Yeah.
When for years and decades it had been not that,
Yeah.
like for decades it had been exactly the same. Then he comes in the course of 1 month and completely changes it. And it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know. Sometimes I think that maybe I'm a failure.
It's
Dog,
like
you have done more than anybody else in this city. What are you talking about?
outside the city too, because it's not like they did anything at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then somehow he's gravitating towards Serene also. She hadn't known him before, and so he could discard his act around her. In a way, it was a kind of test. And yeah, there's just a lot of him yapping about how much he loves Serene and how cool she is and how different she is.
I love her, but in a non-sexual way. I just think she's really cool. I have no physical attraction to her.
Yeah.
Like, I just find it kind of odd that is completely left out from all of his descriptions.
I mean, I don't think you need to bring up how attractive someone is physically.
but like none of it. He doesn't think about it a single time. He has entirely pure thoughts. And
He's
else.
definitely had thoughts before about how attractive she is.
Mm-hmm.
He says she's beautiful right here.
She's very pretty and a very nice lady.
Yeah, she's so special.
I would like
I
to
love her
kiss
so much.
and hold hands and have a picnic.
Hey, that doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah.
What's wrong with a little picnic?
No, nothing's wrong with it. It's just, that's it.
He's got something against picnics. Can't have.
That's literally what's wrong with picnics, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like I'm being attacked. That's true. Very true.
That is true. Yeah, and so he's got a whole inner monologue here about he's just kind of thinking about how Serene's ruining everything he's tried. He spent this last month or whatever building up, teaching these people the values of hard
It's
work.
only been a month, dog. Like,
Yeah.
come on. You'll be fine.
To be fair, he's done like a lot more than anybody else has, so I don't blame him, but also he's kind of overblowing
take
it.
like at least 2 weeks for me to fix.
Yeah.
No, that's going to be forever.
And then as soon as he thinks about it, he gets the blast of pain. A scrape on his arm felt like a gash running from shoulder to finger. It was as if he'd been in Elantris a year and not a single lonely month. I like how it brings out that he's lonely.
Yeah.
Not a single lonely month. Or maybe his pain wasn't stronger. Maybe he was just weaker than the others. Okay, buddy. He's going on the self-hatred route a little bit too hard.
Yeah, he really does like the I'm a queen.
I'm a weirdo.
Like, he straight up kind of does that, where he's like, oh, Serene's so pretty, but would she love a monster like me?
Especially because he was like the most popular, like everybody loved him outside the city, and now he's popular and everyone loves him inside the city, and he's like,
Oh no, my
that's not
lobster is
enough.
too buttery. My steak is too juicy. Oh no.
yeah, oh no.
Oh no, I'm a natural born leader and everybody likes me. My life is so hard.
I fix problems nobody else can in the space of like a month and
I
start.
feel like Raven would like browse Reddit and shit, and like I feel like he would post on "Am I the asshole?"
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
guys, I don't know. I feel like kind of a failure. I make $400,000 a year. I have a lovely
Yeah.
wife who loves me, and we have 3 kids, and they all say that I'm their best dad. And like, we go out and we hang out all the time. But I don't know. I just feel like I'm a failure. You know?
Yeah.
Deal off, on the other hand, he would definitely be on 4chan.
Oh yeah.
Talking
No,
about
I feel like he would
minorities.
also be on Reddit and just be like, "Yeah, dude, you are a failure. You're a soy baby."
He's definitely on.
He'd be one of
4chan.
those people on Reddit who give like a really sarcastic response to like an honest question that somebody's asking, or he's just being needlessly rude, even though it's like, yeah, I can see that. I also think it's really funny that 4chan got like hacked or whatever, and it turns out pretty much all the like lead moderators and stuff were using like .gov emails.
Yeah,
Like,
which is interesting.
I mean, I kind of expected that, honestly.
I mean, it is kind of funny that like a good part of 4chan was like anti-government conspiracies, and it turns.
Well, yeah,
turns out all the
that's
moderators
exactly why I
were
expected
in the government.
the like government to be in charge of it, because usually that's the best way to
Yeah.
keep track of the people who are, you know, anti-government.
Yeah.
Put
What's
the
your
government in
job?
charge of them.
Oh, I work in the government. What do you do? No, I can't say. My job's to keep track of the crazies.
my job is to, you know, be the lead moderator for the people.
My job is to gently steer them away from trying to overthrow the government.
Yeah, just keep them. This is 1978 or whatever the George Orwell novel is.
1984.
1984. Why did I say 1978? I'm thinking of the band. Wait, that's in 1945.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm tweaking. Wait, maybe that was the Declaration of Independence.
No,
That's
Declaration
1770.
1776.
Oh no, I was thinking of Fetty Wap, 1738. 38.
Dang,
I'm
me as
okay.
well.
What's up, hello? Oh, that reminds me of Jerry Seinfeld.
Man, you can't. Oh wait, no.
You can't be a
You're a
date.
17-year-old while you're 38.
Wait, hold on a second, Superman. 1738. Da, 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 yeah,
Fucking
baby.
rocket science.
I love that
Yo,
meme.
who's rocket science?
Who's it? Why is he fucking rocket science?
What? It rocket
I
science?
said, who's it, and why is it not
what?
fucking rocket science?
Market science?
Who is it? Why is it not
Markiplier's
fucking rocket
dead brother,
science?
market science.
Rocket science.
Okay, so on Instagram, I'm following Markiplier's mom, and occasionally I'll just
What?
see these.
No,
Dog,
you're
let
not
me
even.
finish the story
You're not
first,
even
okay?
following
I
Markiplier. You're
will
just
field
following his
questions
mom.
afterwards. All right. So I'm following his mom, and then occasionally I'll just see these videos like this Korean family. And I'll be like, okay, I don't know why I'm getting recommended this, and then they'll just be Markiplier. I'm like, oh, whoa, what? Oh, okay. But like he just appears out of nowhere, and then I'm like, oh, okay. But like,
I like how Markiplier is like. I think he has like a biochemistry degree or something,
no, he dropped out.
or like he was in that.
He was studying engineering. Something about studying engineering makes people drop out and become YouTubers.
Yeah. Jacksepticeye also had like a
Yeah.
really high level degree.
Like him, Jacksepticeye, Red, and Link both were in engineering.
yeah.
And they dropped out and became YouTubers. I don't know, something about engineering.
Rhett and Link are so goated.
Mm.
R.I.P. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. A clip of Link. He welcome in the hood, bruh. Man, that brought back memories. I don't watch Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah, I haven't watched them in a while.
I just
I
remember.
watched their like music videos.
Yeah.
Like the 80, not the OCD one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are from a long
I am
time ago.
the thinker. The one where they argue about who's manlier, and then it turns into like just crazy stuff.
Yeah, I really like the one where one of them gets bit by a snake and it's like, oh no, I'm gonna get paralyzed, but I'll still feel everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, what do you want me to feed you? And they start feeding him crazy things. Yeah, I like the one where they just make out passionately for the whole episode, and that's it.
Why does that sound like a video they'd actually do?
And they never elaborate on it before or afterwards. And people like ask them about it at cons, and they go, "What? What are you talking about?"
I recently saw a post with like
And then
pictures
every now and then they unlist the videos and they delist it again, just to freak people out.
I saw a post on Instagram recently where it's just like them through the ages, and it's crazy how Rhett looks basically the same through the years, and Link, like his hairstyle changes like every year into like a completely different person. Like he's gone through everything.
That one phase where he just looked like a lesbian.
Yeah, I love that tweet where it's like, I thought this was a beautiful bush, and it turns out it's just that twink from Good Mythical Morning.
He goes from like a lesbian to looking like early 2000s Eminem to looking like a caveman to looking like he works at like food service. Back to like looking like a single mother of 5. Yeah. It's so funny.
He really does just look like a lesbian in some of the things.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
The power of a haircut. Like,
because he still has facial hair the entire time. But like,
it's even weirder when like
the haircut's just that good.
Yeah. His barber dog. His barber's been cooking for years.
In a slightly different universe.
Yeah. Yeah, but Rhett and Link are bangers. But right now, we're talking about... What?
They are bangers?
No, Rhett...
The way you said that made it sound like they were porn stars.
Bang bros.
I mean, they could
like you
be.
could have phrased it differently.
They could be.
Who knows?
Good mythical orgasm. Yeah, but Rhett and Link are the OG goats. And right now, we're talking about Raiden's link to Serene. And that is my epic segue back into the book. Yeah, so... Wait, where were we?
No.
Okay, he's done yakking about Serene. And he's done yakking. Oh, yeah. So Serene finally leaves, and the gate thumped as it shut, the sound reminding Raoden of his first day in Elantris. His pain then had only been emotional. Wow, that's so deep.
Mm-hmm.
If he had truly understood what he was getting into, he probably would have curled up and joined the Hoed right then and there.
Yeah, dang, he's really starting his emo arc, huh?
Yeah, he's really just getting into it. And then Marishi pulls up. This dude's just the OG goat. He figured out how to make a sled and coat it with grease so they can move stuff around. Like, he's got this dude's good at engineering too. Like, what can't he do?
He simply knows how to do everything.
He really does.
But no one, I feel like he gets a lot less credit than he should, because he does all this stuff and everyone goes, yeah, good job.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Or they just complain.
Yeah, that too.
Like, he's like, this should work. And Galadon's like, a sled? Really?
Yeah.
A sled? That's the best you could come up with? And he's like, he finally did something useful.
Unlike all those other incredibly useful things that he did.
Yeah, it truly is a moment of the OG not getting the respect he deserves. And then they look inside to see Serene's finally given them the stuff that they demanded. And they basically just said they wanted a bunch of stuff, and Serena decided to be really childish for some reason. I still don't understand why she did this.
Well, because she thinks that they're like warlords, that they're like...
I mean,
ruling over
even
these people.
then, it's like...
I know you asked for
Okay.
these things so you can help out the people who you rule over, but I'm going to make them difficult and worse.
Yeah.
So that way the people who you do help out with them will suffer.
Like, they asked for 20 plates of metal, and she just gives them a whole bunch of nails. And it's like, do you think they have, like, a blacksmiths in there? Like, how are they supposed to melt this down or anything? What are they going to do with these nails? Stab people with them? Like, you're just giving them weapons at this point. Gonna make spike traps. The food's stale, which also, she's bringing them food. Why is she now giving them stale food?
Because they're asking for like special food, like special things.
Even then, I don't know. She gave them some random oil she found, and the knives were sharp but don't have handles.
Like, she's just going out of her way to be an absolute poop to them for some reason.
I know you want these two. How about your people? What if I did something difficult?
Like, if she's worried about them, like, hurting people or something, a knife not having handles isn't really going to do a lot about that. You aren't going to stop, like, murdering people and being a warlord. Oh, my weapon doesn't have handles. I can't.
It's too bad.
Oh,
There's
no.
no way we could possibly put a handle on this.
Yeah. And then they're like, at least she hasn't figured out why we demand wooden boxes. I mean, I don't really understand why that line is there. Like,
Because they ask for wooden boxes so they can break them up and use them for things.
well, yeah, but the second somebody goes, oh, make sure they're in wooden boxes, by the way, I'd be like, okay, well, they want the wooden boxes.
That's true, actually.
Like, I would, if they specifically request that.
If they make things detailed enough, then I'm sure they could probably slip it in there and it wouldn't get noticed.
Yeah. Galadon has a banger line here, though, where he's like, I wouldn't be surprised if she left them unsanded just to give us splinters, Galadon said, sorting through the pile of rope. If that woman was your fate, Sewell, then Domi blessed you by sending you to this place.
He just straight up went,
Because she sucks. You know that wife that you love so much and you were telling me about how nice she is?
and that you clearly seemed to be like smitten with when she was over here.
Oh, brother, this guy sucks.
But it's like a frat bro when like one of their friends grows up and gets married, where it's like, dude, your wife sucks. She's such a bummer.
She never lets us go drinking with the boys anymore, bro. Yeah, it basically is this. Yeah, and then they pull back up to New Elantris, which is what they're calling the section.
Such a stupid name.
It really is a stupid name. New Elantris. Mm-hmm. Okay, buddy. Okay, he thinks he's New York over here. And then they pull up and it's super empty. And Galadon's like, sad, Kolo? And he's like, yes, it had potential, if only for a week. We'll get there again, Sewell. We worked so hard to help them become human again. Now they've abandoned what they've learned. They wait with open mouths. And he just starts yakking about how...
Something welfare. Something.
Yeah. And he's like, well, at least it doesn't make them explode. Which I feel like that would be really funny if they just imploded from eating too much too fast.
It would be funny, but also, like, can you imagine you're Serene, you give these guys food, you come back the next day, what happened to all of them? Sorry, Serene, they exploded.
He just gave them too much
they
food.
Exploded. They were too hungry, they ate all the food too quickly, they blew up.
They blew up. It's like birds when you feed them rice. Which,
anyway, so just imagine, like, and their organs are out as well. So you just, like, you come in to give these people food, and you see all these, like, open gut corpses everywhere.
Yeah.
That are still alive somehow.
And you're just, like, watching them scream and moan while twitching while they're...
I feel like that would just make me leave and not come back. You know, not because anyone's tried to harm me, but just because I don't know if I could physically deal with seeing that.
At that point, it would just turn into a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, that would be a really cool change of pace. Just...
anything would be a good change of pace. I'm losing it.
That's fair. And then, yeah, they just keep doing what they're doing, and they've got these absolutely awful outfits. His shirt is yellow dyed with blue stripes, his trousers are bright red, and his vest is green. Actually, the worst thing, except Galadon's wearing pink and light green clothing. So
yeah, I like that one kind of.
That is pretty funny.
That feels kind of fitting for him.
Especially because Galadon's like a darker skinned guy, so it just really stands out.
Yeah, he's like the jonker.
And then
the
jonkler
with his pink and his green.
When you smoke that jonkler cart. And then Saolin pulls in with a cut, and he's like, they're fighting back. They're starting to band together, and they have swords. And we can't hold on with them much longer because they're holding these dudes off while they give food to everyone else so they don't, storm her and kill them, which surely nothing bad is going to happen. Surely that's not going to eventually come back and bite them in the butt.
Surely this will have no impact on my future.
Yeah, and then Raiden gives us... They're like, it's an act. They're pretending to be sane for a while. And Raiden's like, well, perhaps not an act. They behave like they do because it's easier than dealing with the pain. And he, like, has the the lesbian emo haircut, and he like puts it over his eye, and he's like,
As opposed to the non-lesbian.
cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
You don't need to be
Suffocation.
redundant with the lesbian emo. Like, I don't know, kind of
I'm
territory, I feel.
I don't know, because there's some emo cuts that really aren't like that.
That's the cut that makes them gay.
I'm just thinking about like this specific one where it's like, it's like the lesbian mom cut. Like the Karen.
mom cut.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like it's like longer, but it's like a bob, and it only covers like one eye.
Oh, okay, so it's the mom cut, but emo. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's like dyed
I thought you were
black.
saying that there were all these moms out there getting emo haircuts, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they're all emo.
And where are they? And what are their phone numbers?
Yo, that's real. And then we just kind of jump ahead. They're talking to each other about how to deal with the newly unbe-styled Shaor's men. I don't think unbe-styled is a word, but I'm going to use it anyway because nobody can stop me. And so they have a whole conversation about that, and they need to make plans fast to deal with this, or there's going to be a bunch of ravenous maniacs killing everyone while Serene's trying to hand out food. And then we jump forward to Raiden doing some more complex Aeons. And once again, this is just our special boy. He's just so good at them. He's been in here like a month, and he's just that good. He's just so chill. Oh, and then we get a very fun little conversation about 10 years before the Riyadh, a man brought his wife to Elantris to receive treatment for palsy, and then the Elantrian drew the Aeon slightly wrong, and she got like black splotches on her skin and stuff, and then chucked herself off a building screaming that the pain was too much.
Yeah,
which is as one does when the doctor messes up. And there's some interesting stuff about like the Aeons and how they work in here. And then we kind of get that story's kind of used as like a way to show, it's like with programming code, if you get the one thing that you accidentally put in wrong, you put in a semicolon instead of just a colon, like you're going to mess up all the code and stuff like that. And then they have another conversation about Raiden saying, "We aren't dead, my friend. It's because we're like the Aeons. The door's trying to come through us, but it's unfinished, so it can't fully work the way it's supposed to," which I feel like we already had this exact conversation in the earlier chapter. Raiden's like, that's why our bodies never heal. It's like they're trapped in the same moment in time. We already had this conversation. I don't know why Galadon's saying it's a leap. And I don't know why Raiden's bringing it up, because we had like this exact conversation verbatim pretty much. And then we learned that the doula, Galadon, his father was an Elantrian, which is how he was able to get taken by the Rayod. And apparently his father was like the only depressed Elantrian. And there's some interesting backstory for Galadon here. I like that it fleshes Galadon out a little bit as a person.
Yeah.
And there's some interesting stuff about how he doesn't necessarily like hate the Elantrians, but it is like a weird situation for him because that kind of made him angry, but also his father was still an Elantrian. And
but I do think it was kind of funny that like, because it was that his wife died, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but his wife dies, and then he just gets real depressed. But it's just like the clip with Eggman where it's like, oh, I miss my wife.
Tails. Yeah.
Like it's just that, and he gets so depressed that he dies. Like,
yeah.
like, and he's like, dang, Elantrians can die? He's just like, yeah, I don't know if they get depressed enough, I guess.
Yeah, he wished he had studied healing when he found my mother dying beside him in bed one morning. And some diseases strike so quickly, even Elantris can't stop them. And he has a line here about, that's when my father became the only depressed Elantrian I know. That's when I finally understood that they weren't gods, for a god could never feel such agony.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting, like...
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say.
It's weird, but also that's kind of depressing, just extremely depressing, because everyone else is like, wow, the Elantrians were gods. They could basically do like anything they wanted, but they could still get depressed.
It's also like, I don't know, it's kind of a weird take on religion that the gods are like these perfect beings who cannot feel emotion. Like,
Yeah, it is
like,
a little weird.
like, I don't know, almost like, just don't be sad. Just don't be sad. You could just choose not to be sad. You know, like that only positive emotions are real emotions. That everything else is like human.
Yeah.
I don't. That feels kind of weird to me. I'm not quite sure how to put into words why, but it just kind of feel like,
Yeah. So it is kind of nice having this section about they can feel like depressed and sad, even if it's only the one guy, which is, it also must be weird, like growing up and you're,
yeah.
you know,
Everyone's
your
just
parents
like, dude,
turn,
why are you sad? Just
Yeah.
choose not to be. We're Elantris.
and like you aren't an Elantrin yourself, but your dad is technically a god.
Yeah.
And then he goes from being like a normal god to all of a sudden like the only depressed god that you know,
Yeah.
which is just interesting. And then it says that his dad died too. He was happy when I returned to Duladel. He told me to be a farmer. I left him a poor, lonely god in a divine city. And then he died a year after I left. Did you know that Elantrians could die of things such as heart death? So apparently Elantrians can just die like by, you know, their heart stopping and stuff. So they aren't invincible or anything.
Invincible.
Invincible. Peak mentioned Cecil. I need you, Cecil.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Cecil. Mark, I'm gay. Are you sure?
Wait for my arrival, worm.
Cecil.
No, don't give up. You can do this.
Cecil when he has to help Mark in a life and death contest.
what
Cecil
about
when it
the
comes to see Adam and Eve
money?
getting cracked.
I would help you, Mark, but like the money.
The money. I don't know. Also, Cecil, the moment Adam and Eve starts getting cracked. All right, everyone, let's go. We're moving in. We're moving in.
All right, everyone, put it on the big screen.
Let's go. Yeah.
Where's the lobe? Where's the lobe?
Where's the low? I do think it's also interesting that he mentions that they live longer than normal people, because that's got us, like, you'd think that if you were turned into an Elantrian and you lived farther and like longer than everyone else, when everyone you knew and loved and like grew up with died around you, that would cause some of them at least to be like depressed or sad. But apparently most of them don't care at all. But
Well, because the other thing is you would have other Elantrians that you're friends with. Like it wouldn't be that like, oh, once everyone who I knew had died, then I have no support system anymore.
I
Like,
guess.
you have a full city full of people who understand exactly what's going on.
But you're telling me that none of them got depressed or anything.
Yeah, they just simply chose not to be. Is that easy?
It's that
You
simple.
didn't know about that?
Oh, my bad. I didn't even think about that. And then we kind of skip forward to Raiden in bed, and he's turning fitfully. And he kind of has his whole thought about like Galadon and could a man really... Okay, this is a weird thing. He starts thinking about Galadon's fathers, and he's like, what would it have been like to be an Elantrian back then? Could a man really have been depressed within these amazing walls? Like, what?
Dang, he's glazing the place that hasn't captured and in constant pain.
Also, that's literally what you're saying. Could a man really have been depressed with any of these amazing walls? Bro, look around you. Just stop being depressed, bro. Like,
all this beautiful sludge on the walls. I love living here. Hey
Yeah.
guys, why don't we try eating the sludge? That will solve all of our problems.
it really is just that.
can't be hungry
Stop
if
being
you're
depressed, bro. Have you even tried like going outside? Like,
Have you tried exercising? Have you tried working?
yeah. He just kind of show up in a laundry and just
Come
go,
on, guys,
look,
let's
guys,
clean. That'll
if you
solve all
work
your
hard
depression."
and you
I know you're depressed because
yeah.
you're removed from all your friends and family, loved ones, and people might try to kill you. But that's no reason to be sad.
just work harder. Have you tried cleaning?
Have you tried putting in a hard day's work?
Yeah, that's
I
what I
have.
thought. I know I'm like a
great,
prince, so
guys.
I've never actually had to work in my life. But like,
But I'm
have
also
you guys
really
tried
good
hard
at
work?
it, because like I said, I am the perfect individual. Not a god, but like close to it.
Yeah, it's a little weird that he's thinking about it like this.
You know?
Especially Galadon's father. Galadon just gave him like this whole story about like this dude's wife died and his son left and he died. And Raiden's like, huh, your dad's kind of like
he a little poop, bro. Like, how could he have been depressed when he was here, dude? Like, come on, man.
Weird reference.
I'm so sorry to hear about your brother who died. He gets 5 big booms. Boom, 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 boom. Absolutely crazy that they just rolled with that. To be fair, though, I don't know what you'd be expecting.
I would just simply not have responded.
Yeah.
Know?
I'd be like, I'm sorry for your loss, and then just move on. Like, there's not really a lot. You really don't need to call it out and then be like, he gets 5 big booms.
It's like the ISO speed that my mom was kind of homeless and he's trying not to laugh during it.
Yeah, I've seen that clip.
Such a good clip.
It's so funny.
I just hit that clip. Oh.
Yeah, but Raiden thinking about Galadon's dead, depressed dad gives him the moment he needs to snap himself back to reality. And he realizes
gravity.
that, yeah, there's vomit on a sweater already. We just said that really out of order. Yeah, so he woke up and he realizes that, wait a second, that one dude who's part of the Hoed and he's like crazy and whispers the same mantra to himself, but I was once so beautiful. This guy must be like an OG Elantrian. And so they pull up on him and they're like, yo, this man must be like one of the originals because they must have been locked in Elantris while the other ones were burned and stuff. And
Old man, tell me what is going
Tell me
on.
what's going-
And the old man goes,
I just envision this as the scene from Harry Potter where he's Dumbledore like jumps at Harry. He's like, tell me what you or whatever it is. And so they
you
start
gotta slap him a couple times.
Yeah, you gotta whack him a couple times. And so the dude's like, take me out. And Raiden's like, where? And he's like, the ball game.
I love baseball. And everyone goes, what the crap is baseball?
What is baseball? I don't understand what you mean
They
by
pull out bats and
baseball.
start beating him. Is this baseball? Is this how we do baseball?
He's just screaming in pain while they whack him repeatedly.
Guys, I think we're meeting somewhere. He stopped screaming.
Yeah, so they talk to the old man for a second and get him to actually respond. He tells them to take him out to the lake, and they're like, what? And so they start following the dude's eyes. He just starts moving them, and they start running through the city till they find a old Elantrian building, and they open the building, and they're like, yeah, they open it up, and there's some enormous aeons and stuff, and it's like a tiny room with all kinds of paintings, and it's like a weird religious like temple thing. And the Elantrian keeps telling them to take him to the lake. And they decide, oh, he wants us to throw him in. And they realize, wait a second, there's no slime or anything in here. That's weird. And they use lanterns and stuff, not aeons. So like magic must be forbidden here for whatever reason. No aeons, no slime. And they open up a passage in the wall behind a mural, and they start running up the mountainside carrying this dude, and it leads up to like a weird like lake thing. When you read this part, what did you guys think this was? Like your first time reading through this, what was your thought when they pull up on the top of the thing and there's just
I thought it was gonna be like some sort of like portal or something.
I don't know. I thought they were just going to drown the old man. I thought
you're gonna die, old man, die.
I thought it was going to be like, oh, Elantrians can die, but only if they drown. And he drowned in depression. That's why his dad died.
Or I guess that I was gonna heal whoever you put in there, but
Yeah, I thought
that would have been like too obvious.
Yeah, that would have been way too obvious.
Yeah, which I mean, obvious stuff in this book, not out of the realm of question.
Yeah, so this is one of the things that connects to other things in the Cosmere
What?
that you kind of need to know about. Where have you seen magical lakes in the Cosmere before? Magical pools of liquid.
All of Ascension.
Yeah.
And what was the Well of Ascension?
Ruin. Or Yes.
Yeah, it was the
The
thing
Well of
that
Ascension was
everyone
like more or less ruins like liquid form trapped in.
Oh, I hate that.
But yeah, this is lakes or like small magical bodies of liquid are a reoccurring theme that generally have important like connections to other parts of the Cosmere. So
Dang it.
that's something to think about, especially because this guy they
Why are you
drop.
so upset about that?
'Cause it just, I don't know, it felt cool and unique. And then it's like, oh, yeah, this is just in all the books.
And that's not in all the books, but it definitely like it's. It also doesn't.
Maybe I'll come around to it.
I think once we get to the end of the book and I can tell you what it's actually for, it's different than the Ruin one. The Ruin one's kind of its own specific thing, but the like link between spiritual bodies of water is like a reoccurring theme in a few of the books. But this one operates
Does
like
he just love his magic water?
this one operates like vastly different than the Ruin one. Because the Ruin was
Yeah, the ruin one doesn't kill you when you go in it.
I mean, because the Ruin one was literally like Ruin in his like liquid form. This is like an actual lake.
Well, I mean, also the ruin one in Mistborn, he was trapped in there.
Yeah, so it was like Ruin underneath like a lake of preservation, technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, also this one operates way differently. Like Vin got in the lake before and like released Ruin stuff and like ascended for a bit. Release. And like ascended to become preservation for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And this one, they drop the dude in and he just like dissolves, which is that would have been weird if they like Vin had climbed in and just dissolved.
Such a wild ending to the second
just
book.
becomes like a bath bomb.
Yeah, like imagine, your soon-to-be wife climbs into there and then she just dies.
Just immediately dies. She just watched her dissolve.
The whole prophecy was wrong. She just dies.
And then the entire rest of the third book is just him going,
Dang it.
I miss my wife, Tails.
I miss my wife, Tails. And then he gets depressed and he hops in.
Yeah.
And then everyone just dies from global warming.
That would be a vastly different thing. Yeah. So that ends the chapter with them being like, I also like how they don't really say anything about this magical lake that makes people dissolve and stuff. It's just kind of there and they drop him in and then he disappears. And then they're like, well, anyway, that was cool. All right, we better walk back. Like, come on, guys. We got a long trek to the city. Whatever. That's the end of chapter 25. Yeah, that was Baja Books with the absolute slowest chapters. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time on Baja Books.